Hi there YouTubers, welcome back to my channel, Workshop Fun. Okay, today I just want to post an update about everything that's been going on with my caravan. It's in a workshop at the moment, getting some restoration done on it, quite a lot of restoration, and I'm allowed to come in here and work on my caravan when I want to and do the things that I want to do. So what I'd like to start off with is basically the restoration work that I've done and also that the lovely gentleman has done, and just basically give you guys a run through with all of that, and there's quite a bit. Okay, so for starters I've replaced the two lampshades with the pull switch that you pull on and off with these modern ones, and I've put new switches in too. So they're just push switches and nice little LED lights. I've done that on both sides. Then we come through and down to here, and this has all been rebuilt, which has been a big job. So I ran two 100 wide by 6mm thick stainless steel plates across underneath here. Oh, it screws on nicely, and as you can see there's two plates, and the two plates are glued and screwed into the cabinet, the top cabinet, and each of those has 16 little screws holding it into the base. Now to top that off, the top cabinet itself, I also installed a whole lot of pine into it, thick pine, to give this thing strength, because what used to happen when this thing had my very expensive iMac on it, it would twist and wobble and all sorts of things. Sorry, I'm just having a bit of difficulty lining up the door. There we go, it's hard one-handed. So yeah, that's all been reinforced heavily. Now somebody in the past had actually tried to fix this, and they'd used two bits of alloy and it had just sagged, so they also hadn't even screwed it on properly onto each side. So anyway, that's all fixed now. So that was a big job, and it's all done now. Now every single window is coming out of the come out of the caravan, and a lot of them are put back in now, but each of the windows has this silver tape that's been put on, and basically that is going to basically weather tighten it. So basically if the rubbers get a leak, it's not going straight down into the structure of the van. There you go, that gives you a real idea of the tape. So yeah, there's a lot of tape that's gone all around the windows to basically weather tight it. Now the tape is silver with a tar back and a silver front, kind of like a thick tin foil, and I believe it's used in houses all the time now. So that's really good, that will seal it up better than what it came out of the factory. So each window has also had wooden corner blocks made up to strengthen them, because out of the factory they don't have the wooden blocks, they just have plastic corners stapled in, and then the rubber goes over that, which is crazy, really pathetic. So anyway, it's all been strengthened up. That's what the lovely gentleman's been doing. He's also turned around and a big section of this wall was chopped out and replaced, and each time he chops any bit of the wall out, he has to put new ribbing through and glue it all in, and then glue the new board on and staple it in, and yeah, it gives it a lot more strength too than what it came out of the factory with. So after all of that, I've turned around and painted in here now. I just got to get rid of some of the over painting. Oops. That's not too hard though, just a bit of cleaning compound that I use. Anyway, so it's all coming along. That's the front. Now, and that will be the new lino. These strips here. That'll be the new lino that goes down on the floor. So, the next part that has been done is this. This is where my solar charger usually goes. It's just temporarily pulled out, but I have a 30 by 100 solar charger, so 30 amp 100 volt, that's what it can handle. And what I've done is, this is the cabinet that it goes in. I've fully stripped out this cabinet, glued and screwed solid bits of pine in here and even down here, and then turned around and, you know, bogged it, feathered it all and painted it and got it all looking nice. I've put an RCD in for the solar panel, and I've also got room in there for another one for future solar chargers. So anyway, that's all coming along nicely. I've also put 2 LED lights up here. There you go, you can just see them, and they're just 12 volt ones. And I've got this nifty little switch. You just switch them on and switch them off. So that's coming along. This is a very busy little area, this area here. You got the surround sound system power pack. You got the LED lights for down here in the kitchen. That's its little power pack. Then you got the new fuse box. That's all nearly finished. Then you got the bus bar. Then you got the solar charger, which will be going back there. And then you got the solar charger's breaker going to the battery. So that's once again a little RCD. So that protects it from the battery. So you got one there protecting it from the solar panel, and you got the other one there protecting it from the battery, or protecting the battery from the solar charger, either or either. Anyway, so that's that. And that's coming along really well. I'm quite pleased with how this is turning out. Once again, to also help with reinforcing this cabinet, I got a solid stainless steel bar, right angle, right the way across, and that gives it heaps of extra strength as well. So soon I'll have this all finished, and then the doors will be able to go back on, but that's still got to be finished. Okay, the other thing I've done is up in the hatch here. I have turned around and pulled the bottom part of this hatch off, and I've turned around and filed a nice little hole for this switch and put a rubber grommet through the bottom part of the hatch, or roof vent, whatever you want to call it. And anyway, bought 2 6mm thick stainless steel bar by 50 wide and 400 long each, and then worked out the area of the fan, so traced the area of the fan and drilled these holes and countersunk each hole, and there's 90 of them. So that allows the air that's being sucked through to be able to get past the stainless steel bars or flat bars. Then I made these little brass things to screw the fan into the stainless steel flat bar, and so they're like long little pillars with a 4mm thread on each end. So yeah, that took a while too, and then I used a little bit of glue to also Loctite them in basically. And then how this is held is very simple, just some ultra heavy duty double-sided tape, and basically I got the 3M Scotch tape, I think it is, or something. Anyway, it's rated, it's outdoor one, and it's rated for 30 kgs. So you really can't move that. You'd have to cut this off. So yeah, you just have to cut up in there and cut the double-sided tape. Otherwise, if you tried pushing it, you'd just break the plastic hatch. So I've also made it so it doesn't affect the blinds pulling over, so you can stop the mosquitoes coming in, which is good. Okay, moving right along. So now we'll move into the bedroom, which is also being worked on. So the gentleman is rebuilding this wall. He's chopped out all the rock and put extra ribbing right through and new wood all around the window, and then he's turned around and glued and stapled the new ply in, and then this will be made into a feature wall, but I won't tell you too much about that because it'll be a nice surprise for the next video. So here goes the wooden corners that you can see that have been put in. Oh, pardon me. So yeah, that's basically what gives this extra strength, and you can see this is how they just don't flex now. No flex at all. So that's been one of the big jobs that the really nice gentleman's done. Okay, also through here, just something little, but it'll be nice. So this is where my dresser table goes, and right here is a nice 12-volt USB fast charger. I've rigged that up and it's all going lovely, so even while I'm here I can charge my phone off it. Okay, what else? We'll move right through to the bathroom now. Okay, so the bathroom, I don't know if I've ever uploaded a video of it, but I put a lot of effort into this bathroom before it even came here. So these are all nice towel rails. They are solid brass coated with chrome. They were expensive, but they are really nice, and there's two of each. So you got two here as well, two here, and oh sorry, two here. It's hard to film in here because it's quite a small space. I'll try and just stand back here in the shower. There we go. Alright, there you go. You can see I got two towel rails there, and then one towel rail hanging over the toilet area. So that's a huge upgrade for this Caravan. I also had this made. It's 4mm thick solid stainless, and it goes right through across the wall. This is just simply a feature, and I polish it, although right now it is very, very dusty. And then I installed this big mirror, so it just creates a feeling of spaciousness. And this is actually, here you can see the silver tape that goes on first after all the wood's being rebuilt and strengthened. So yeah, that's the silver tape. The gentleman is doing a lovely job of repairing my Caravan. I'm very, very grateful to him. Right, the other thing I've done in here is I took this wooden panel off the ceiling here and fitted these new lights that I brought. So these lights have a bit of a story. I brought these brand new. They were 240 volt, and I turned around and ripped the 240 volt workings out of them and put 12 volt workings in them, and bought the little 12 volt LEDs, and now they are all working on 12 volt. So in this wooden panel though, I had to cut a channel up above here where you can't see it, so the wiring can run through, and then the wiring runs down. And right now I've just got to put two bits of wire twisted together so they're on, but that's going to go right through to here in between the two towel rails, and I've got a nice stainless steel push switch coming that's similar to the lamp ones. So that's well and truly on its way to being finished. Now, one of the big jobs that the gentleman had to do was turn around and rebuild this bit of floor, and then get it ready so I can turn around and start now puttying and then sanding and painting. But underneath here, this is where the toilet usually goes, and underneath here, across here, it was that rotten that over here the caravan floor had separated from the wall. So this floor has been chopped out, new ribs put through, and then glued and screwed in place solidly. And then also he put between each rib a whole lot of expanding foam, and then we put, he put 2 big batteries on here and a scissor jack with a big block of wood underneath, and that held it all in place, so it stopped the expanding foam from swelling this, and it gave it all the insulation back underneath there. And pretty much same sort of story here. I think he had to put some ribbing through this area too, and I'm not sure if he was able to keep he was able to keep the existing polystyrene with this, but this was so damaged it was just munted. So all being rebuilt, nice and solid, and when I'm sitting on the toilet minding my own business, I won't fall through the floor, so that's a bonus. Now I'll just pause the video and then I'll come back. Okay, right over here is the new outside light that I've installed as well. So this was once again a 240 volt light. I turned around and ripped the workings out of it, put 12 volt workings in it, put a nice LED light in, and it's got the nice glass front, which is nice, and hey presto, it's all working nicely. That was a big job, but well worth it. And when you come up in here, I ripped out the old plastic grill that used to cover this, and I've thrown it away, and I've got a nice aluminium one with powder coating white coming through to screw it on and replace the old one. So once again, I'll just quickly pause and I'll come back. Okay, so this is the area, the culprit area. In here, it's pretty darn dark, but in here goes the hot water cylinder. Now, little did I know that somebody had bodged it and hadn't fixed it properly, and it was leaking under pressure. So what some person did in their great wisdom is they turned around and pulled the hot water cylinder apart and used instant gasket silicone to turn around and try and seal the leak, bearing in mind that this is a pressurized hot water cylinder. So I don't know, anyway, you do get some interesting people in this world. So it was leaking for years, just slowly dripping, and just to top it off, the overflow didn't protrude the van, and also had a bit of silicone in front of it, obstructing a bit of it, and even that was also flowing back, and that's how the toilet floor rotted out, because it flowed back into here. So this is all underneath my bed just to make it really special, and then flowed back into the toilet and sat there. Wonderful. People are really wonderful. Anyway, another thing that I've done is really hard to see, but I have 3 Sirocco fans that I've installed and built grates for, and so there's one there and there's one over here further. Really hard to see, but I built some custom made grates to protect anything that's underneath the storage from the fan spinning around, or protect the fan. Now these Sirocco fans are guaranteed for 100,000 hours. Each of them are, I think they're 6-inch ones. Anyway, they're the big ones, the biggest ones that Sirocco sells, and they're usually just plugged in with a Wi-Fi plug, so I can just turn them on and off with my phone. So what the deal is I'll just bring you out here. So this is the other thing that I made. This holds one of the, that's one of the big fans there. There we go. And I custom made this wooden thing here to hold the fan and protect the grate in the storage, and put the junction box in and ran that to the power. So the idea is this sucks in air from the outside, as you can see, and then turns around and pushes it through to the other two fans. One moment, I'll just put you guys down. So yeah, I put that fan, grate in the hatch. I bought that off RV Centre, and yeah, it's working great, that system. So in the summertime, if I'm not at home but I want to cool down the Caravan, I can turn these on even over the internet and my fans will kick off. I simply just use the Smart Life app, and yeah, just simply push a virtual button on my phone and it just turns them on, no matter where I am in the world, literally. Okay, so I'll just